And I remain your host, Reverend Dorothy Abeyiwa Awodeyi. God bless you. We thank God for this wonderful season. I thank you for being a part of this family. To my returning subscribers, I want to say a big thank you. And in case you have not been a part of this family, I want to encourage you to be part of us. And I'm assuring you will be really blessed. Thank you very much. And to the glory of God, today we're going to be continuing the topic we started last week. And if you were around, or rather if you are the one that watched our video last week, you can testify you really benefited from it, or perhaps maybe somebody you know that's having such challenges that you share the video with. I'm sure one way or the other benefited from it, and I want to use the opportunity to say a big thank you to as many of you that is sharing our videos. God bless you. The Lord will do you good in Jesus' name. And so, to those of you that are here to share our videos, please, I encourage you today on, please do us a favor, do other families a favor, do the society a favor, and share today's video also. Thank you, amen. You know, why do I say do us a favor, do the other families a favor, and the society at large? Because as I always say, family matters. That is what is on brand. So even before I continue, let me welcome you officially to Family Matters. In case you're just wondering and say, what are we doing here? You know, this is a program that is mandated by God, and I've been the host. God is giving me the vision that through this medium, I should be able to reach families in the service of the head who are trying to put things in the proper manner, the way it's supposed to be from the onset. Because when the home is okay, the family is okay, the society will be okay. So, and to talk about the glory, as I said earlier on, started topic since last week, and what has been is sex in marriage. Sex in marriage. Actually, not even last week. I think this is to be the fourth or the third, part of that sex in marriage we're doing today. So before we started the sex in marriage, later we saw, how to increase sexual drive in ladies. And to ladies that are suffering from it, please, I encourage you watch my previous videos that have to not say much about that. And not only that, then we went ahead to talk about, erection in men, how to have and keep erection as a man. And today we are progressing. Today we are also going to continue that aspect of how to have and keep erection as a man. Last week I did mention that because of time issue that we're not going not be able to analyze everything in one video. That is why I just gave it a break last week, and to God be the glory, today we're going to be continuing from what we stopped last week. Thank you for making yourself available. So glad to have you online. Thank you. God bless you. Amen. And so today we're going to be really continuing from what we stopped. Looking at last week, I do remember how many mentioned about what does it mean to have an erection as a man. As a man, to have erection, it means that when the reproductive organ of the man, that's the penis, to really be specific, when it stands erect, when it stands outside the body, the whole body of the man, and it becomes firm, becomes strong, and most of the times it can enlarge in size. That is what it means to have erection as a man. So, and what results in that? And as a result of medical science discovery, it has been found that what results in that erection is that it's a result of blood pumping into the blood vessels in that penis region, the region of the penis. The blood vessels are surrounding it. When blood pumps into those blood vessels, it causes such erection to occur. And I still remember I made mention last week that what causes blood to pump into that section. There are a lot of reasons for that. I mentioned few last week, and one of them I can remember is that it depends on what a man sees. Some men want to see a woman parts they are not supposed, that's not supposed to be exposed, like the bust of a woman. They can be sexually aroused, that can let their penis standing erect, or maybe what is it called, the private part of the woman being exposed. When they see a naked woman, they can be sexually aroused. So apart from that, it can also be natural. It is natural. Remember last week I talked about puberty age. What does it mean by puberty age? It occurs in every human, whether being a woman. It gets to a time as you grow up as a young adult, especially in youthful age, say from the age of 12 to 15 during about 16, your reproductive organ is totally developed. So as a man, you can impregnate a lady. As a woman at that age, you can. That is when you see women start menstruating at that age. Their bust is coming up, their hips, they are shooting out and everything. As a lady can get pregnant at such an age. So that shows that lady or man is matures sexually. So that is what I mean by puberty age. So arriving that age of puberty as a man, as a normal human being, the way God did it, that you can sexually be harassed on his own. Depends on how your hormones in your body functions. So that is why you see as a young man, you just see that the penis can standing straight even without seeing a naked woman or anything. If at that time the hormones that's responsible for sex, they are active at that time. So it is normal. And even as a man, in case you have never felt erection or it comes off and on, that is what the problem lies, and that is what today's discussion really centered on. So for a man not to have erection, or when he has erection, it doesn't last long. It's going to create a great problem. Remember, we are discussing sex in marriage. So talking about sex, we are Christians. We are not encouraging anyone to practice it outside the marriage. But so you must practice sex, must be within the boundaries of marriage. So it's very important. So as I said, God will help us. One of these days, we're going to see the reason why sex must actually be practiced within the boundaries of the perimeter of marriage. Outside it can be so dangerous, so can be so adverse to us, and can be so painful to us, people that are involved in it. So back to what I was saying. So to have erection in a man, that according to discovery, for a normal man, erection is supposed to last for a few minutes to maximum 30 minutes. That is why you see some men, they can sleep with a woman, have sex with a woman with a period of 30 minutes without getting tired, without getting worn out. So that shows they are sexually alert. But it's not in all cases in all men like that. And when yours is like that, you cannot even resist for a few minutes, then that goes to tell there's a problem. Because without erection, there is no way your penis can stand straight as a man to do the penetration into the vagina of the woman. And this has destroyed a lot of marriages. Remember, I told us family matters. We are out to see how we can help families. That is a mandate, the goal of this vision. So with a caring heart, that is why I come out with such. We have had again and people complaining about issues like that. Let's see how we can help. So thank you again for being part of today's program. So I want to see last week, or rather before we see today's point, though today I'm going to be brief, because most of it was being enumerated last week. I really took time to list them out, what we ought to do as a man that is already suffering from sexual what is it called, the erection not being proper, erectile dysfunction. Yes, that's a proper name. Erectile dysfunction in men, when the penis is not standing the way it's supposed to stand. So I took time to make us understand as a man, watch what you eat. Number 2, watch what you drink. Number 3, exercise, and even to be candid, the kind of exercise you need to be involved in as a man. So I took time to make us understand. So please, I encourage you, watch my previous video where number 4, this very one we are having today. So today, let's dive straight to what is on ground. And what is on ground today is that this is part 2. So continue from where we stopped. Is the last point I want to drop here, which I'd like to call it number 4 of how to have erection and maintain erection as a man. Number 4 also we're going to be seeing today is that learn how to manage stress. Learn how to manage stress. Stress, the life we live today, stress has become part of everyday life. Unlike years and years ago, whereby stress, if I tell our parents undergo stress, it was little, it was very minimal. But today stress comes in different angles. It can be, through health disorder. It can be, through your work. It can be, through finance issues here and there. And when we call stress, what does it mean by the word stress? What do we mean by the word stress? It has to do where the issues that has to do with your mind, things that bothers your mind, that bothers the mind. And this has a great deal to do with your erection as a man. Why do I say so? Before erection can take place, there must be, as I said initially, what your eyes see. When your eyes capture something, or what your mind rather think, but never say you sit down as a man and begin to calculate, sexual, thoughts just flash in your mind can lead to erection. You see, by the time those thoughts come in, it sends messages to your brain, and your brain in return sends message to your reproductive organ, which is a penis, and that causes blood to flow in, and you see that the penis standing straight, which we call erection. So by the time you are bothered, you are stressed out, things are up that are disturbing your mind. At the end of the day, you see that your brain is not stable, it's not calm, and because it's not calm, it cannot send proper messages to the penis that will make it to stand erect. And you see at the end of the day, the person starts suffering from erectile dysfunction. The penis is not standing straight. So are you the type that is having things that are bothering you? That is why I want to encourage you. Why don't you take time, perhaps share it with your partner? And I want to say here, please, you that are married, marriage has a lot to do with it. It's got beyond we just, answering, change of names as ladies or whatsoever. There's a lot of sacrifice into marriage. I do remember I still made a video some time ago called Marriage and Sacrifice. It has a lot that has to do with it. So when your man is the type that is suffering from this, you must be able to see how both of you can work it out. It's not a time, you just walk out from the man. No, you must be able to discuss. What we encourage that communication in marriage can be of help. Discussing the matter. You might say you are not, perhaps you are not a doctor. We know you are not a doctor, but that says that when we care for one another, to some extent we're able to solve each other's problem to some extent. It might not be total. That is why the English man says that a problem shared is half solved. Many a times our spouse have a lot of things inside their mind, and they really wish they can pour it out to you as a man or as a woman. That is why most of the times, because they cannot pour it out to you, maybe because of where we react, maybe because there is no that strong bond of unity between you as couples in the marriage. You see, at the end of the day, the man having a friend outside, because he knows that when he shares the challenge he's having with a friend, will listen better, or even the woman whatsoever. So please, I pleading with you, why don't you take some time, two of you discuss issues, just flow, and when you are able to pour out his mind, and both of you are able to reason together. Because I've come also to discover, because to the glory of God, we have been married for years. By the grace of God, I think we are 22 or 23 years in marriage now. I've come to discover, in cause of being married, is that there are things that bothers my mind at times. When I tried with my husband, there are areas I didn't even see that the matter from. And when sharing with him, he began to see it from another angle. And immediately, what I was looking like a big mountain, he helping me out. At the end of the day, it becomes so easy, and the matter is resolved. So also, the same can be your situation. Why don't you have to discuss it together? And it may be his financial challenge, and see how you can both sort it out. It can be maybe health challenge. It can be whatsoever challenge. So please be there for your partner. And again, apart from sharing it out with your partner, and both of you reason together, how to manage stress to overcome this erectile dysfunction. There are other ways we can handle it. There are also stress, another way we can handle stress. Also, perhaps it can be, taking enough rest, enough sleep. It has gone to be discovered that when we don't sleep properly, or there's no way we can have proper erection as a man. it goes to disturb, because the body is being stressed, overstressed, is worn out. Because why is it like that? You know, the main hormone of for the men that is responsible for what is it called, sexual arousal is testosterone. It's called testosterone. So what produces that testosterone very well is when the man sleeps. When he's asleep, there's no discovery that the man testosterone levels increases. That at times when he's not asleep, they tested it and discovered it was low. And that same man, when they allow him to sleep and he woke up, they tested and discovered the testosterone has increased. You know, that's the sexual drive. It boosts the sexual drive. So to those of you that don't have enough sleep as a mommy because of your working schedule to meet up the financial challenges, you know, one thing or the other bothering your mind, I don't know what it is, please, I will encourage you, try to gather enough sleep. And you know, some of us will say we cannot sleep. Please, another thing that will help your sleeping system is that make your sleep a priority. Make it a priority. When I say priority, make it at times the utmost. Very something that is very, very important to you. There are times that you might go, you know, some of us, you know, just sleeping, falling asleep, maybe on the chair, on the couch before you run into the bedroom. Time might not be easy, or some of us can just, you know, be on the bed. The sleep is not forthcoming. I still encourage you, lie down, whether you feel sleepy or not. Set time out time for you to go to bed. Maybe in the evenings, making a point of view, maybe by 9 or 8, or know how your strength carries you, set out a particular time. This is how you go to bed. It doesn't need to wait until you feel drowsy, until you feel slippery. Just go to your bed, but there, close your eyes, and you still encourage also make your bedroom okay. Like the bedroom light, you can avoid it totally everywhere to be dark. Or some of us cannot actually resist darkness. You can make the light to be dim. What about the lights are sharp? You can come to discover that it penetrates into your eye, and so sleep cannot easily come like that. So reduce the sharpness of the light. All these are to encourage you. And to those of you that have televisions in your bedroom, it is not okay. You're already struggling with sleep. So what are you doing with television in your room? It goes to see your attention. Have you not noticed at times? You know, a program that can just come on the screen and say, this is a program, let me just watch it. Before you know, one leads to another one. And a program you tend to watch for maybe just few minutes. What about the people that put the program on the screen, and the program is intended to last for 30 minutes or 1 hour? At times, you know, some of the films we watch, it can even elapse to 2 hours, and we begin to linger, and we're saying, what I want to, you know, this program, they did in such a way at times, it just to catch our attention. One scene lead to another, one scene to the another, and before you know, your time of sleeping is being stolen from you, and the next morning you see you are feeling drowsy, you're feeling weak, or even that night you're supposed to have relaxed, that your testosterone levels will have built up, that night, even when you can, you know, welcome the attention of your partner to do what you want to do as a man. And you know, when sex is not in marriage, it causes a lot of problems. When females are not sexually satisfied, it causes a lot of problems. You know, there are some females that at times might not be outspoken. You ask them what is strong, and they say, you know, something is strong. I'm not enjoying this marriage. I'm not enjoying this. At times can be as a result of no proper satisfaction. And talking about satisfaction, it's not something that you mock at your wife concerning, or when you're a concerned lady. It's a proper right. It's a proper right. That is why you got into marriage in the first place. You know, Christian marriage, we are being encouraged. We are not encouraged to trespass. We are not advised to trespass. That is why we say, God, one man to one woman. It's just okay like that. So if it's one man to one woman, so at the end of the day, we don't expect the man to go and get satisfaction outside that woman, neither the woman get satisfaction outside that man. So the two of them will probably work to it. Should probably, you know, see as much as they can to work together. So be of satisfaction to others. Because when they satisfy, I don't think one another, I don't think that this one can go away to do what he or she is not supposed to do. And you know, the way God built us up as human, it is just like that. especially men, that desire is even more sometimes stronger, and then sexual desire is stronger and then than women, except for few exceptions for some few women. So what am I saying in essence is that, you know, sex in marriage is very, very important. So also, apart from your sleeping schedule that you need to rearrange to avoid stress, avoid what bothers your mind, and also by you know, talking together with your mates, you know, settling issues. Also, if there are issues that are happening, maybe there's a way your mate behaves that you don't actually like, please, why don't you address issues, talk it out with him or her, set out these matters, and you see, it's even better you settle before the bedtime. You see that when both of you mind are free towards one another, the sex, you know, normally just flows out on its own. So please, let's do that, and God will help us in Jesus' name. Outside that, again, God will help us. You know, last week I told us about what we eat, and, you know, doing more research about what we eat. You know, when I've come to, again, one thing, major thing I'm coming to discover about this erectile dysfunction is that it has to do with mainly what goes inside of us. What goes inside of us. If we can be careful, it will be difficult for we to come out or encounter it, except people that have it through their blood lineage. You know, it has been discovered in medical science also, whereby a family suffer a particular ailment can be transferred from generation to generation, like diabetes. For example, people that have diabetes, you trace it down, maybe grandmom had it, then transfer to mom to, you know, the present generation, on and on like that, hypertension and on like that. So also this sexual disorder, also it can be transferred from one generation to generation, but outside that you can still help yourself. So talking about what we eat, another discovery I made is that please, you are the type that's having or started experiencing that erectile dysfunction is not functioning where it's supposed to be. Please embark, you know, taking pepper. You know, why is pepper important is that pepper helps to, the heat in the pepper helps to your blood to flow normally well, and when your blood is flowing well, it flows easily to every part, organs of your body, including your penis. And also, not only that, garlic, they say, is very, very important also. It helps your free flow of blood also. So please, garlic, pepper intake, please partake in all this one. And also, that reminds me, bitter kola. Bitter kola, I went, you know, in search for here, is very, very important. And also, please take it. And also, collect bitter kola. You know, will I say funny enough, I came to, in course of research, I came to discover that they said it's even better few minutes to the sexual time you want to have with your partner, like 2 minutes to, you can just shoot at least two of the bitter kolas, and they say it helps quickly and it helps so fast. So please, let's do all this to make our home a better place. You know, when we, the couple, we are okay, we'll, at the end of the day, we'll transfer the joy to the children, and the children at the end of the day, you know, transfer the joy to the society, to the church, and every other place will be okay. So please, let's work hand in hand and make our home, our family a success. God bless you. Thank you very much for being part of today's family matter, and trusting God that next week we're going to be continue with the same topic as God lead us. Please pray for us, covet your prayers. Remain blessed. Please remember to share this video. I remain your host, Reverend Dorothy Abeliwa Awodeyi, and also expect our videos every Saturday. Thank you. Bye for now. Love you.